the member. The question is that the motion be agreed to, and I call the member for Monash.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Firstly, a shout out to all the aged care workers, staff, management, cleaners, nurses, other lines of aged care providers, those people that actually, right now, as we speak, are actually delivering the service to those people, to our older Australians. I've spoken about ageing in place quite a bit. Ageing in place means that you can stay in your own community. It's important to every member of this parliament. Some of our facilities are tiny, some are very large, but from Moe to Trafalgar, to Drouin, to Warragul, to Leongatha and Korumburra, from Phillip Island tonight, in Wonthaggi tonight, in Foster tonight, and in Neerim South, for all of those facilities, every one of them right across my electorate. For all of them, I just know that they are providing the best service they can possibly do and afford in the circumstances they're faced with tonight. And so it's a big shout out to all of those people, because they've been so disappointed in some of the things that have come out of the Royal Commission, particularly where they took it on board themselves, where everybody actually thought that they were the ones that were out of order delivering the wrong service. And that wasn't the truth at all. So in regard to the Royal Commission, and listening to what has been said by the members of the government today, the reason I have been very reticent on Royal Commission recommendations is that I have to see how those recommendations actually affect the people in my electorate providing the services to older people. The full-time RNs is one issue. When I don't even know yet who is going to be exempt from such a ruling. Is it going to be a 12-bed facility, which I haven't got in my electorate, but there are many electorates across Australia who have ageing in place with only 12 beds. Is it going to be because you're regional or remote, or inability to get particular staff at any given time? Is that going to be a reason where you can get an exemption? And are we putting another threat over my not-for-profit nursing homes where they will feel that they're under threat if they can't get the nurses? What's going to happen? So when there is a doubt and when there is uncertainty, you put uncertainty into the marketplace for especially management groups that are volunteers. I mean, they'd be the same in the members' electorate. They'd be the same in your electorate. You've got all these volunteers on boards. They're doing a wonderful job, hard job, really hard job, making these facilities work in difficult times. So, you know, there are very large private organisations that have all of their management and facilities, you know, in one spot, perhaps in a state. It's totally different to what's happening at Lyrebird Village, although Lyrebird Village and Drouin have just amalgamated with a Tasmanian company, which is great, not-for-profit organisation, because they have decided that because of the imposts that we as governments have put on these voluntary organisations, they looked into the future and they said, I don't think our future looks very bright. And they were very serious. They took it very seriously about projecting into the future and where they're going to be. So all their overheads are now being taken over by another organisation, which now frees them to just deliver the service and make sure that in longevity that facility is going to be there. They've also said if the new organisation decided to change and didn't want to activate the Lyrebird Village anymore, they would say all the money that if they sold the facility off, would have to go back to the local community. Not a bad deal. So I just want to take umbrage at the proposition that there was a decade of negligence. That's just not true, because I was very close to every decision the government's made all the way through, and a lot of decisions that are coming through the new government today, the new Labor government, are things that have been worked on by a very special public service for a long time to bring it to this point, and now they're coming to fruition. So I hope that the new arrangements will give some respite to some very difficult situations that are facing, but I am afraid we are facing a very, very difficult time in aged care, as we have for a long time. It's changing all the time. My home care facilities is falling to bits in my electorate. So we've got some difficult times ahead, and I hope I'm happy to work with the government of the day to make things better for all of our clients.
I thank the